sir. Good morning, or afternoon, or good evening, or whenever you're watching this video, because I'm sure I won't post it anytime soon. Place is looking spiffy. Still got miscellaneous things laying around, but not much I can do about the parts for the cars we're currently working on. Suvi is still inside. I need to pull out a couple things from the Jetta. Our new compressor hose is here. I'm gonna go ahead and do a smoke leak down test on the Subaru, so I can see if I possibly have any boost leaks or any vacuum leaks that could be causing my issue. I've already done this before. I had none. I'm gonna do it one more time just in case and go from there. This is gonna be the last thing I do on it. This thing is filthy. Oh my god, I got dust all over it. I never washed it. I'll probably wash it before I park it outside. This thing's terrible. Anyways, the smoke test is gonna be the last thing I go ahead and do before I decide to just pluck another ECU in, because I'm getting desperate at this point. Our office is finally looking like a nice office again. Nice waiting room vibes, you know what it is. We got a couple of these clear plaques right here. This one I need to set up. It's gonna have, some information, our Google review information, our business information. This one's gonna be, our payment information, etc. Zelle QR code, yada yada, and our social medias, etc. This wall, we're gonna use it. I don't know if you ever walked into a Firestone or a Midas where they have the information plaques on the services they offer, etc. So those are next to be made, and merch coming soon. And I'm pretty sure Tyler just pulled up. We got new toys. Where'd he go? We got some microfibers. I know I saw him. Let's get this stuff inside.
I saw the 6 Series guy on the way here.
Yeah? Flew past him?
Yeah.
Okay, let's chat for a second. We have this Sierra 2500 HD in for a ceramic coating. I pulled the Subaru out, washed it, parked it up front. We got some new toys. All this stuff here is all returns. This here in this box is actually a double stack cart for my 2 welders, so I can finally get those off the floor and the tank mounted to something. And yeah, time to get to it. We got a pretty busy day. We also have a mk5 Supra parked over there. Quick update. Supra's inside. Purchased a set of H&R lowering springs. We just finished up with the Audi e-tron. Gloss black wheels. Plasti dip badges. Trust the process type of thing. It's really satisfying to do plasti dip on badges if you know what you're doing. Because then you just have to peel off the extra. Peel off the insides and done. It's actually a very clean car. I'm not a fan of electric vehicles, but the body style of this car honestly kind of reminds me of like a more compact X4. It's very clean. And the brake color, the orange brakes. He wanted to repaint them red, and we basically screamed at him and told him no. But I'm gonna dive straight into it, get going on the rear springs. Tyler's gonna take care of the front. And honestly, we should probably have this done in like an hour and a half. All right, I said I wasn't gonna do a how-to video, but I'm gonna try to cram it in here. It's really not that difficult. So first things first, that little tray right there, it's right at the bottom. That's a little plastic tray held in with 10mm screws. You just blast that off real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. Done. So, to do this job for the rears, you need an adjustable wrench because you're going to hold the bolt from the back on the other side for both of these. You need an E20 for this one right here. And where'd it go? And an 18 for this one right here. Okay, now, obviously, if you have an impact, it makes this job a lot easier. However, you can do this with nothing but hand tools. Now that those two are off, they're going to be pretty snug in there. One, you're going to be able to pull right out. That's for the strut. The 18 millimeter is your strut. Always keep your hardware together because you will lose it. This lower one's going to be a little more difficult to take out. We got to go get a jack and put it underneath to hold the lower control arm slash spring holder in place. The tricky part about this job is actually putting the spring and the bolts back in because lining up the holes is somewhat of a pain in the ass. But it's not that bad. Makes your life easier. Take your E20, you put it on a 1/2 inch extension on your impact, and you back it out with the impact. So it'll allow the threads to catch, and it'll just spin its way out. There you go. And just like that, it's out. So now you got your 2 front bolts out. That should be it. Now you just go ahead, lower the control arm assembly. Boom. Drops down. Push it down. Pull your spring out. Done. That easy. Locked in. Bam. Pull this back down. A little tricky. Hold it up. Ow. Smash your fingers like me. Use your jack again. Make sure everything's lined up correctly. If you're doing this on jack stands, just make sure as you're jacking your lower control arm, the car's not lifting with it. Okay. Yeah. Anyways, we get in tomorrow. I'll be continuing on because I have kickboxing at 5. It's about to be 4 o'clock, so I gotta get going. And obviously we saw the front, so this is gonna get done today. I will be finishing explaining to you how to do this job. Again, it's fairly easy. Right now I'm just, finagling that bolt in, but, that's part of fighting your way to the finish line. Some people, everybody's gonna have the same issue with that. It's not an issue, it's just a matter of getting it to line up. It's annoying. It usually takes me 5 minutes. Been a couple weeks since I've done this job, so it'll probably take me 10. But as soon as I get in the morning, go ahead, get that bolt in. It's gonna be the same process for the other side, and then I'll also show you how to do the fronts. So, till tomorrow. All right, it's day 2. I'm gonna get back at it. So obviously, left off. Again, to do these springs, it's literally 2 bolts. One's still sitting on the floor. That one I'm trying to feed through right now. Once I get that one through, literally just put that one back through the strut, and your spring is in, and you're done with the rear. We need to finish or slash get started with the ceramic coating on this truck. She'll be coming in after she gets washed, clay barred, cleaned, and apply the ceramic. We'll be playing musical cars once we're finished with that. Bring it outside so the guy can pick up his Supra. And that's pretty much all on the agenda for today. We do have more things we need to take care of. This stuff all still needs to get returned and or go back to Tyler's house. I think I already showed you guys the office, etc. all finished, but you know, it's coming together. Definitely looking fresh. So let's dive right back into the Supra and finishing the rear springs. All right, so for this last part, obviously as you saw, it's literally just putting those 2 bolts back in. So I'm gonna do some magic and just get it all put back together. And as soon as that bolt's in, torque down, we will move on to the front. Okay, cool. Wheels back on. Again, literally. Here, I'll show you right now. This is literally all the tools you need. You don't even need an impact, mind you. You use hand tools. You don't need that. You don't need that. You just need a ratchet and a breaker bar to take your wheels off. You got a hammer, a flathead screwdriver, an adjustable wrench, 18mm socket, 17E, an extension, 10mm, 17 to take your wheels off, and done. Once again, just a little plastic tray on the bottom held on by 4 10mm, 2 bolts on the front. Drops down, pull the spring out, put the spring in, put the 2 bolts back in, done. It's, again, super easy. So now, we're gonna move on over here and start taking care of the fronts. First, might as well go ahead, pop the hood, little cover right here, pull this off the top, has a little pop clip holding it down. Now I have a pop clip removal tool. You don't need, you can just use a flathead screwdriver, your fingers, a car key, whatever you can use to just pop this clip up realistically. Come down here. Now you're gonna go and look for everything that's connected to your strut. You don't want anything there when this assembly drops down to yank on and or break. In the back, you have your end link bolt. I'm gonna go and remove that. Now, if you know you're gonna do this job, it helps to soak where the strut slides into with a little lubricant, WD-40, some CRC, anything to help it break free, because it is a little difficult to get it to slide out. Now they actually sell a tool. This is meant to go on the end of a ratchet. You put it in the back where there's a little slot, and you turn it sideways so it opens it up wider to allow it to drop down. Or if you need to get crafty, what I've done in the past is I've grinded a bolt down so where I can put it in and hammer it down so it pushes it open wider. That way, you know, it creates space and you can slide the strut out. We're gonna try the tool first because that's what it's made for. Oh, also, there's a bolt I forgot you gotta take out. You gotta have to hold it with one side with an adjustable wrench or whatever size wrench it is, but I always use an adjustable just because I hate getting up and down, going back and forth to my toolbox every time I'm doing suspension work. I love an adjustable wrench. This is the bolt right here that keeps the clamp in the back holding your strut in place so it doesn't start sliding back and forth while you're driving. Keep that together, put it aside. Sometimes you get lucky, might just slide out. Never happens for me. Bring you up here for a bit. Good old 13. Yeet. Yeet. Put these to the side. Sit them right over here. The trick was, I forgot, you have to crack one of these loose to at least give this some slack because it's pinching that bushing. So you want it to loosen up so that when it drops down, this has more play to swing. But I also went ahead and removed the front upper control arm and the tie rod to give it a lot more space. Obviously it swings around The only thing that has a bit of tension on it right now is this brake line. Let's take some tension off of it. Make sure she's not hooked on anything. This kind of falls forward. It's now pretty slacked. Cool, chilling. Look, your whole hub is forward. You probably don't need to take this one out or that one. I did it because it was pissing me off and it was in my way. As long as you remember, because I forgot. Just crack that one loose back there first. After you space this out, push it down, see if it drops far enough to get your strut out. If not, free those. It made it easier for me. So now we're gonna move on to the strut. This is where people get scared. Oh, you need a spring compressor. Oh, you need to do this. Oh, you need to do that. Let me show you what I've done since I was 15 years old in my driveway, because I'm not a little chicken shit. Again, don't be scared. 18. Put your feet right on it. Put the impact on it. Okay, so this one spins. So you can pair big vice grips. Bring these down nice and good on the shaft in the center. Again, don't be scared. I've done this for the longest time. I've done this on truck springs. I've done this on SUV springs. Look at that. Wow, so scary. Some springs have more tension. It'll shoot like a couple feet. But as long as you got your feet right here in the impact there, it's not gonna kill you. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Oh, that's dangerous. You shouldn't be telling people to do that. Shut the hell up. Don't be a bitch. Now, obviously, some springs have more tension than others. You might actually need a compressor to put it on. Typically with lowering springs, since it's so much shorter, the top hat kind of just lines up perfect most of the time. But I know, like, even Honda Civics, putting lowering springs on, the geometry of the spring is so like large that you can't do what I'm about to do right now. So lift your boot up, grab it, lay it on the floor. So the vice grip is wedged on the floor. Put the impact back on it. Couple good duggas. Good to go. Look at that. Now you can reverse the process and put it right back in the car. Done. So now I'm gonna reverse this mess, get it back in the car, and then it's the same process for the other side. And like I said, same for the rear. The mess of tools I have right here, that's a 13 on there. That's a 21 with an extension. That's a 24 for my ball joint removal tool, which honestly you probably won't need. Two different size 17mm sockets just because I have them, but you only really need one. 1/2-inch ratchet, 16mm socket, extension, adjustable wrench. You always need a hammer and impact. For this job, honestly, air impact, especially for this strut, like obviously it makes your life a lot easier. You don't necessarily need a 1/2-inch. A 3/8 would probably get the job done. The 1/2-inch is already only for things that are really tight. That's really not that tight. Pair of vice grips, and you're pretty much looking at everything you need right there. So we're gonna get it back in the car and be done with this side. And then I am leaving the other rear and the other front for Tyler. All right, everything is back together. The only thing I didn't put back in yet is the upper, the fucking end link. because I don't want it to give tension to the sway bar on the other side while Tyler's doing it, so it still has play down here, so we can move it up and down to get it back into place. But other than that, everything's back. The spring is in. Just have to put this cover back on, but I'm gonna step away from it right now to go and wash the GMC and get that started. Everything's pretty much together. Fronts are done. End links back in. Everything's back together. Could actually go ahead, put this back on. One-handed, nice. Close our hood. But you know what it is. Real quick, get ourselves right. Quick little refresher, little apple, little tangerine. Now we're gonna have our snacks. When you come to Dino's, if you're not a person who gets to watch fights on pay-per-view, at least you can watch dudes beat each other up in my office. All right, she's all set, ready to go.
I just popped up in new fade on my ball shit. Diamonds on my neck, deflection got me nauseous. That little shorty, she ain't shit, she on that nonsense. And it's sticky on my head, you best be cautious. When you talking, better be no fuck shit. Just we ain't fuck with it, bitch, boy, you can rock with it. Figure 30, then we call it.
Jetta, you are a great car. I appreciate you. But now we're on to new things. Catch me out here. No doors, no roof. I'm hype. I'm actually so hype.
Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Let me see something. Let me see something. Yeah, let me see something. Damn, little baby, I know you going crazy. I'll be out there soon, nah, don't be more shady. That's my little baby, yeah, she getting wet for me daily. She getting wet on the road, she get wet for that Mercedes. Can't forget the days, locked up like a plague. Touchdown on the page. When I gave you love, know that shit was never fake. Then we took a break, then I switched up on my ways. Hey, hey, I see the picture that you paint, it look kinda fake. Just like them shoes up on your feet, cause they from the HK. I'm just laughing on my lonely, cause your boy so lame. On my fan, oh you my fan, be my fan, be my fan.